For this project, we will see the operation of the stepper motor, which is a motor that works by receiving electrical signals. These signals are registered by the driver. This driver is an L293D, which will allow us to have control over the motor. With this, we are going to use that signal, and that allows us to make it move to the desired angle and direction. We must make the motor change its direction, so we will enable a port which will allow us to do that. This will be done through a switch. And to be able to regulate the speed, we will use a potentiometer. Once we have defined the components that we are going to use, we must make a code in order to work with the motor in a proper way. As we can see in the code, the first thing that we will do is declare the library for the use of this type of motor. Now, we will define the steps that our motor will have, and in the turn we enable the ports corresponding to it. Those pins are from 8 to 11. Now we have to enable two more pins. One will be to choose the direction of the motor. The other will be to regulate the speed. Those pins are 4 and A0. We will define the actions to be done. If our switch is pressed, it will return a signal. That signal will send a value which will indicate that the direction must change, which is -1. Now, we must define the value of the potentiometer. It's going to let us control the speed range, and this will be a value that we will define at any time. For the stepper motor, we will define the direction in relation to what is established with the switch. As we said, this will send a signal when it's pressed, that it will be the debounce. The debounce will have an impact on each of the pins corresponding to the motor, and it will do is reverse their value. The direction is going to be anti-clockwise. Then, if we press once more, its value should be 1, and that will indicate that it has returned to clockwise. As we can see, if we start the simulation, the motor is moving clockwise, and if we press the switch, it will change to anti-clockwise. Also, if we move the value of the potentiometer, the speed of the motor will change. So, the connections are correct and the code works in a proper way.